Hustle Mama.
Hi guys, so I recently wrote a post on my blog, sidehustlemama.co, about how to pick a home that best fits your needs. So there are a lot of people buying homes right now because interest rates are super low. So if you are able to buy a home, it's really a great time to buy. So I just wanted to give you guys a few tips that have helped me in the past when buying a property. So hopefully it'll help you too. So the first thing I always look for is location. So this means different things for different people. If you are commuting to work, you want to make sure that you're close to your work. If you have children, you want to make sure that you're in a good school district. If you enjoy entertainment, you want to make sure that you're close to maybe a city that has theater, sporting events, concerts, things like that. If you like to be near nature, you want to be near nature, or maybe your favorite restaurants that you like, or shopping. So you want to make sure the location suits you and that it's an area that you've spent a little bit of time in at least, to make sure it's a place that you would actually want to live long term before you buy. So the second thing is, what type of home are you looking for? Are you looking for a condo, a townhome, a single family home? Maybe you're looking for something that's a multifamily home where you can generate some income by renting out part of the home. So you want to be clear on what type of home you're looking for. And there are benefits to all of those. It just depends on your particular situation. So for example, when I bought my first house, or my first property, it was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo, because I was married, but we didn't have any kids at the time, and we wanted something with no maintenance. We didn't want to have to do a yard because at the time we were both working full-time and going to school. So on the weekend and our time off, we didn't want to have to mow the grass or do things around the house. So a condo was a really good fit for us. But if you have kids or maybe animals, pets, a condo may not be a good fit. You might need a yard for kids to run around in, or pets. So for example, right now we have a single family home that has a nice yard because we have 2 small kids. So it just depends on your excuse me, your situation and what your needs are excuse me, as to what type of house you would like. So another thing to keep in mind is a homeowners association. So an HOA can come with a lot of benefits. For example, when the first home I mentioned was a condo that I had, there was an HOA with that, and there were 2 tennis courts, 2 swimming pools. They kept up all the landscaping on the property. So it was very low maintenance, but you pay a fee for that monthly. And also, aside from the fee, there are also bylaws that you have to abide by. So if you are looking for a condo or a townhouse or even a single family home that's in a community that has an HOA and you're seriously considering that home, make sure that you read through the bylaws to make sure that it's something that you want to follow. For example, we got a letter one time about having a grill on our porch at the condo. That was something that wasn't allowed. I think we got a letter once about not having a white liner on our curtains at the condo. So these are all things that were in the bylaws that we had to follow, and if you don't follow them, they send you a letter. They give you a certain amount of time to fix the issue, and if you don't, then they start fining you. So if you're going to live in an HOA community, make sure you're aware of the rules you need to follow. Make sure you're okay with those rules, and that it's something that you want to commit to. And also you need to consider the fees. Some communities, they have low HOA fees that are very reasonable, and some of them are higher. So that's something you want to think about. If you're on a tight budget and you have a certain amount of money you want to spend per month on a mortgage, and you're buying in an HOA community, you might want to consider that, because depending on the HOA fees, it might make the amount you want to spend on a mortgage less. Therefore, you might need to look in a different price range. So that's something to consider as far as the rules and also the fees when you're looking in HOA communities. Another thing is, do you want a fixer-upper or move-in ready? So there are pros and cons to both. So a fixer-upper, it can be a great way to build equity in your home. If you get something at a great price that needs work, you can get a lot cheaper, put the work in, the time, make it your own, as well as add value to the home. On the flip side, a move-in ready can be great because if you have small children or you work all the time, say you travel a lot and you don't have that time to fix up the home, then when you are home, you have a gorgeous home to live in. You may not have maintenance for a while, so that can be a real positive. But on the flip side, you will probably end up paying a little more for a home that's been newly remodeled or is a new build. It might be a little pricier than some of the fixer-upper options. So that's something to think about, whether you want to put the time and money in to fix up a home or if you just want to move in and have it ready to go. And just a quick story about that. When we bought our house here in New York on Long Island, we thought we wanted a fixer-upper because, it would be nice to put your own touch on a home and, use the colors that you want and all of that. So we started looking at homes, and the real estate agent showed us one home in particular I really liked, and it could have been really awesome, but the whole thing needed to be remodeled. It was renovated. I mean, it was in rough shape. It needed a new roof, new deck, everything. The yard was kind of a mess, so it would have been a total gut job, which would have been awesome to go through that process. But at the time, we were both working a lot, and we had a 4-month-old baby. And moving into a home and trying to renovate with a 4-month-old, aside from the annoyance of it, the health concerns like the dust and debris from trying to fix up a home while we were there, it just seemed like a bit much for us at the time. So it's definitely something that we want to do, and we always have our eye out for a good opportunity to get a fixer-upper. But at that particular time, it just wasn't the right move for us. So we ended up getting a house that was had just been renovated beautifully, and we got to move in and enjoy it and not have the added stress of having to put in that time and money with having a small baby. So it depends on your situation, whether you want to do a fixer-upper or move-in ready. And then one of the last things I look for is the number of bedrooms. So, like I said, our first house was a 1-bedroom, or the first condo was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. Since then, we've bought other homes that are bigger, that can accommodate our growing family, and visitors if we have them. So it really depends on your situation. If you have children, if you have maybe in-laws that come and stay, or family out of town that travel to stay with you at certain times, you may want a few extra bedrooms. Right now, a lot of people are working from home, so they might want 1 or 2 extra bedrooms to have a home office. So those are all things to consider, and how many bedrooms you want to have. Also, maybe you're newly married and you don't have kids right now, but in the near future you would like to have kids. That's something to consider. If you can push your budget a little and get a little larger house that has a few more bedrooms, that might be a really good investment to make now versus later. So when you do start to build your family and grow your family, you don't have to move at that point, which can be really stressful also. So I hope these tips were helpful. I hope some of you are trying to buy homes right now because it's a great time with the low interest rates. And I would love to hear, what other criteria do you look for other than the things I mentioned, like the location, the type of house, whether it's in an HOA, community. Is it a fixer-upper or move-in ready? And then the number of bedrooms. What other things do you guys look for? What's important to you? Have you had luck finding those things, or are you struggling to find a property that fits your needs? So I would love to hear your feedback in the comments, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.
Hustle Mama.